Have you guys ever went to go shop for an instrument online and wondered, what the heck? LOL, this is Bassist King, and I've come here with a supplemental part, a part 2, if you will, of my previous music gear industry video that I had made. And this one will specifically revolve around the used gear. Now, this one's pretty weird too, but to recap from the first video, I discussed how I'd come across this bass guitar, case included, everything you've seen, for $900, and this thing is well advanced beyond what it should be originally spec'd out to be, easily beating out boutique basses that are like 3 or 4 times its price tag, and sometimes even standing shoulder to shoulder with them. It's nuts. And that being said, it sent me down this rabbit hole that it made me look really hard at what is really being offered right now. It's a mess, to say the least. So, if you've ever gone online and seen some prices for anything that was just all over the place, you're not the only one. These stores do not have proper structured pricing, and that can be really confusing for a bunch of shoppers that are looking for anything used, which is what a lot of people would understand to be a really good value for what you're looking for, and frankly, yes, a lot of the time it is, and that's a great reason to go. But you have to approach it with caution. There are no guardrails with this, so it seems, because as I was shopping for this, originally I was just trying to go into this just to find a mid-tier used, good condition bass. I obviously ended up with a lot more than that for that same price. You guys can do this too, with some due diligence and research. But at the same time, there's some sharks in the water right now that are easily pitfalls for people who aren't looking as hard to fall into, such as I said, in this inconsistent pricing. And you got, for example, there's a bunch of BTB 745 Ibanez bass guitars that are used, going for about anywhere between $700 to $900-ish dollars, which is just a few bucks under from where it would be brand new. And that's a little concerning. And there are also more extreme cases to show just how far this can go with that, even that same model online right now. Right now, you could go and find this very same bass for the exorbitant price of $2,299.99. Do we have cats posting bass guitars online now? Just typing on keyboards, just walking on it like, yeah, I'm gonna sell your bass there, boss. I don't know. All I'm saying is that this is nuts. And you've really gotta be careful. And we've definitely gotta make these guitar companies, well, not make, we should definitely communicate with them. And even if there's anybody from that industry that's in there that can do anything about that, maybe you can have some feedback, let us know what's going on. I imagine that there's just different prices for different things in different states and just different going rates and whatnot. But either way, for anybody that is ordering online especially, this can be very chaotic because you can't go to the place to try it out yourself. There can be a litany of issues that you can't see for yourself. And even if it looks like you're getting a good deal at first, you might not be. So that's something that you have to be very keenly aware of, that a customer can fall into. And the customer may not always be aware of these things. So it helps to have this level of communication. Also, as I stated previously in the last video, is making sure that these customers have a good fit for what they're doing and what they're looking for. And because sure, anyone can go into XYZ music store and pick up legendary guitar here, insert that, And, you know, you could do that, you could be happy with it, but it won't serve you for what you're doing. And then that could be really disappointing, especially if it's really expensive. So, of course, that brings down people's spirit, brings down their inspiration, their creativity, and it ruins brand image for XYZ store and also XYZ brand. So we don't want that either. Let's make this really good, really fair pricing for everyone, so these musicians don't get priced out of what they're looking for and what they need. That is a very important thing right now, especially in this economy, where we can't just throw exorbitant amounts of money to a fancy instrument that is just thrown with a bunch of bells and whistles that we don't need, that does more for how it looks and how it sounds. Again, it's not about looks. We're not supermodels, we're musicians. So let's keep on what's important. Let's keep it purpose-built here. But that being said, this one's a much shorter one, but I did want to build on that one. So what I propose is that we have possibly some interactive guides, like what I said, what your genres are, possibly body size and stuff like that, and see what you may or may not need, get into the genres. And then these interactive guides proposed could help these customers and also bring up the brand image for everybody, make things more sustainable. And that's what we should aim for. That is a really good place to go, to have these fair pricing structures so that everyone can have a great time, as they should, for musicians to be able to continue on, to create, to foster a creative environment, to continue to inspire, to make everybody happy. That is something to really strive for. Let's make it happen. This has been Bassist King. Take care.